Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a fairly short one. It's just to cover a small little section which we've done in lesson, which is about discourse analysis. So this is about discourse and ideology. Now, Marxists and feminists both believe that inequality creates a dominant group, and this group then creates ideology which supports their interests. So we are therefore going to need to utilise a way to understand how this ideology is being promoted. Now, an alternative approach which can be used is discourse analysis, which enables us to see beliefs and how they are creating inequality, rather than thinking about it the other way, where inequality creates those beliefs. Now, discourse analysis looks at how people exercise power by writing, thinking and talking about something in a certain way, and in doing so reveal their ideologies. Now, discourse analysis has been useful in understanding some racist beliefs, as well as that to understand how some of the recent trends, such as Islamophobia, have really started to emerge within our modern society. So obviously what we can see from these headlines that we're looking at right now on this slide, it is promoting a not so very well understood picture about Islam. If we just look at the shocking headlines and the imagery that is used, we can see from this they are promoting the idea that within Islam, if you are a Muslim of any variety, you are a savage. You are something by which needs to be uncovered and discovered, which is not necessarily the case. Because remember, a majority of these fundamentalist beliefs are held by the minority rather than the majority. So therefore, what we could argue here in terms of ideology, there are some very powerful people that want to push this ideology forward because they believe that is what is needed at this time within society to act as a binding system. Now, Edward Said is our main key study for this, and he looks at Orientalism. Now, according to Said, Orientalism is a discourse involving Western descriptions of the East or Orient. Now, Orientalism sees non-Westerners as the other, a person who is alien to the West and very, very different. Now, Western politicians, popular culture and the mass media tend to portray Orientals as belligerent, violent, primitive, cunning and untrustworthy, which is just simply not the correct image that it should be promoted. Now, recently in the wake of terrorist attacks such as 9/11, Orientalists' ideology has been directed specifically against Islam and has helped to create Islamophobia as a result. Now, this is what really started to influence and inform those headlines that we've looked at on the previous slide. Now, Said did not believe that there is any truth in Orientalist ideology, but saw it as a way of justifying American intervention in Islamic countries as a result. Now, the evaluation for discourse analysis. Now, discourse analysis succeeds in showing the importance of language and the way people talk about issues for the exercise of power. It has been very useful in developing an understanding of racism, so therefore we can understand why people act the way in which they do. However, sometimes it does not really explain why certain discourses are accepted and others are not. Marxists and feminists argue that discourses of powerful groups are the ones that are accepted, meanwhile those of the smaller groups are the ones that are rejected. Now, that is it for today's video. If you've got any questions, let me know.